Pieces to start with the star blooms. As I was pulling this card out, it says projection, chaos, magic. Thank you to the Most High for cloaking, shielding, covering, protecting me, and aligning me to all rays of truth and clarity, for channeling through me the only clarity and truth at this time as we discern at our highest frequency and vibrational level that is accessible to us. Thank you to our benevolent ancestors who are assigned, who are working with us and on behalf of us. That's divine designs. Thank you for aligning us to our higher selves as we continue to transition to ascension. Thank you to Archangel Michael for continuing to cover, shield us, block, and I was about to say transition any and all negativity that is being sent to us, projected to us, as well as intended upon us. Any evil eyes being returned to sender. Abracadabra, make it so. I say Asheo. So by the time y'all get this message, it's going to be like a different time frame because of how I'm basically recording these messages. We got to work with whatever we got. That's what Spirit said, time frame wise. It is what it is, but I'm appreciative and I'm super grateful. So that's that. I said I was going to get the message out, 134. Yeah, a disclaimer. Not too much, not too heavy on it either. My messages are only for those who are actually in route to their sovereignty, who are in representation of their sovereignty, their freedom within spirit itself, in contribution to them basically being guided by their soul. It changes the charge when you're basically interacting because there's a certain rate of reception and engagement because you are basically responsible for how you respond to 11. It's your desire to basically be connected to yourself. And I believe that that's also what this week is in representation of. I was going to start with the channel messages, but I feel like I'm being called another way. So checking with just the numerology, just in general with this week. They said I'm about to give y'all how I give it to myself, but I will, okay? So this week starts off, Monday started off with a numerology number of 17-8. How did I get that number? 2-7, which is 9, which was the 27th of July, which is 7, 2026, which is 1, equals 17-8. So the day was 8 on Monday. Tuesday is going to be a 9-day. Wednesday is going to be a 19-1. Thursday, which I thought that this was very, very unique, how the energy shifted. The energy shifts on Thursday, which is like 11-2. It's a master number, a karmic number into a master number. It's a 19-1 on Wednesday, 12-3 on Friday, 10-1, and then Sunday 11-2 again. So it's a master number on Sunday as well. So it's like you start the day with the 8 and end it with the 2. You have 2 1 days, 2 2 days, 2 2 days are master number days. And then 1 3, 1 8, and 1 9. Why does this matter? Okay. I think it's very significant that the week basically starts with the 8 and it ends with the 2, because it's almost like this week is an invitation for us to take responsibility of like our garden, like our nourished status, you know, where we're planting seeds at, in what soil, in what soil, where are your seeds basically nurtured at? Have you sowed spiritually in these spaces, and are they truly aligned to harvest? Like, are they right at this point? Is what I was channeling with the energy, and I think it's vital because it kind of gives us an opportunity. Give me a second, y'all. I'm drinking cacao with some herbs with it. coconut cream. It tastes amazing for anybody who wants to know. But being at a rate of your sovereignty, being in recognition of yourself, there's so many spaces where things could be tampered with, but then there's so many opportunities to where things that are tampered with to be redeemed because of where you're at in it. So what do I mean by that? A lot of the times there's so many rates of delusion happening right now. And when you're dealing with people who are in this juggling spirit within themselves, where they're basically having a difficult, process of basically finding a new problem to solve because they're wanting to constantly cause conflict with themselves, not allowing things to really take rest because they're always in this rate of, debacles and fighting and having like this volatile, basically, approach to things. You recognize that there's not really a full regulation of what is actually occurring within you. And that be the thing with a lot of people. So it's like, at this point, I feel like Spirit is basically calling those who are in the know to use their wand in the necessary matters that are actually going to nourish them in their soil because of the seeds that they've planted. And then also to take heed to what it is that they're cultivating, because sometimes your seed may not necessarily be in season to harvest. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's like Spirit is basically speaking at the rate of basically the garden and nurturing what you've nourished. It's not just about watering it. It's about feeding it. Yeah, it's about the herbs that you're basically giving it. People who are in a rate of... What else is here, Spirit? What is it that you want me to share? I'm trying not to share stuff that's personal. So the message could be, I got the 3 of Swords that just came out. The Ace of Coins and the 6 of Wands. Absence, sorrow, disappointment, removal with the 3 of Swords. Opposition to the Ace of Coins. It's like material, spiritual prosperity. That's attainment. That's bliss. That's perfection. It's also a timing card of like a year. And then there's triumph, good news, the gain, the advancement. You may have basically sat in a space where you recognize that there was the absence of something in this new wind that you're basically walking into. And a lot of it's going to come from you basically placing down rates of burdens. Yeah, because you've been guided. You have a resolution that's being provided to you at this point. 3 of Cups on the bottom. It's a celebration. There's a certain rate of a compromising. If you're willing to compromise, the timing basically changes. I'm hearing everything isn't necessarily set in stone. So I feel like this week we're being called to be flexible because of the duality of the 8 and how it shifts on the Monday, which is the moon day, which is dealing with the emotions. It's dealing with the internal world, your waters, and how you're flowing with it. And then allowing yourself to basically cultivate within the communication that you could basically pour into your spirit on an internal level on Friday, which is basically going to aid you in whatever it is that you're basically come into fruition of. There's a cultivation that's happening Thursday. This is going to make sense for the people who are basically in this space with themselves. Like I said, my message is not for everybody. And anybody who feels like they have everybody's message is very, very, you'd be mistaken. It's not a necessity for your message to fit for everybody. For those who it does fit for, be in representation of your personal numerology as well as the universal numerology, and recognize how they are in participation of each other. Because a lot of the hesitation that I'm having is basically wanting to share what I already have wrote down, and it's basically what I had as far as like my personal information and